The longer you take to pack up, the more chance the burglar has of seeing you leave the property. And just like Home Alone, they know you're going to leave.
They're going to Paris, huh?
Yeah, exactly. How long are you going to be gone? Yeah, don't let them know, or even the neighbors.
What is the perfect bite? That mix of flavors, textures, colors, and aromas that come together in one amazing amuse-bouche. Big ideas expressed in small bites. That's our podcast, a variety of inspiring topics to make your financial goals and dreams a reality.
Brought to you by Clark County Credit Union for your weekly serving of food reviews, financial education, and life hacks that your future self will appreciate. It's the perfect bite of interesting information to start your week. Welcome to episode 54 of The Perfect Bite. I'm Crystal Price.
And I'm Shannon Hiller. Let's dig in.
We love trying new dishes here at The Perfect Bite, and today we're talking about an Asian fusion spot near UNLV, Hello Misfits. Next, we're going to talk about marketplace scams and how to protect yourself. And finally, we'll share some home security mistakes we're making taught to us by burglars.
So each week on The Perfect Bite, we visit a locally owned Southern Nevada restaurant that we hope will become your new favorite. And this week, we're sharing a new spot we tried recently after a volunteer event at UNLV. It's called Hello Misfits, and they have 5 stars on Yelp. They're right across from UNLV on Maryland Parkway. And we just got done with over 3 hours of volunteering and helping with a great local nonprofit called Goody Two Shoes, and we were hungry. So we did a quick search, and we found this spot online. Got a table right away, and we even talked to the chef, who was super nice and let us get our order in really quickly. The menu is Asian fusion with a lot of Filipino dishes, and we ordered to start lumpia, and they only had the veggie version, which was actually still really good. I usually would prefer the one with
I was a little worried when he was like, only vegetarian right now.
Yeah,
no,
we're not
good.
vegetarian.
Right.
But the wrapper, ironically, is vegan, no eggs in it, but it was really good. It seems weird to talk about just the wrapper being good, but it was that perfect crispy, and the thickness was right, and just the texture. Yes. Yeah. They make homemade dipping sauces. There's 2 different ones. A house-made vinaigrette with onion and spices, and a sweet chili sauce. That's the one I preferred. Did you ever try the vinegar?
I didn't.
I think I hogged it and double dipped.
I was happy with the sweet chili one, so yeah, I was like, no, I'll stick with this.
Yeah, that was the better one. What did you think of it just overall? Did you...
I thought it was really nice. I really liked that we were so close to UNLV, so it's you get that experience of going to the university, going to a show. They were having the basketball tournament, so it's just in the middle of all the action. And then the interior of the place, it was very spacious. Like you mentioned, the waiter, not the waiter, but the chef was super nice, actually coming out and talking to us and explaining what dishes he recommended, giving us explanations of what was in it. So it was very nice and inviting.
Yeah. So we asked him, they have Filipino style tacos, which I'm just a sucker for tacos, I guess. And they were a lot of different choices. They were $3.50 each, but he did point out that Tuesdays are only $1. So mark your calendar accordingly. We got 3 different kinds. The first was the adobo pork taco, 24-hour braised meat in a soy sauce and vinegar marinade. And then we also got the house special sisig. It's a pork belly cooked 3 ways, and they were chopped really small, which I liked, because sometimes pork belly, if it was a whole piece in a taco, I think it'd be harder to eat.
Yeah.
But they had this really spicy pico de gallo on it that had a bunch of peppers with seeds in it. So that was the first one they brought out, and
that one kind of shocked us.
Yeah.
We're wait, it's hot. Oh, it's hot.
Getting hotter, even hotter. So I ran back and said, please put the pico on the side, because I think all the tacos did come with a pico. So trying it next time without pico would be, I think, my recommendation for that one. And then the third one was a tocino. It's an 8-hour braised tocino style marinated Boston roast. This was more of a sweet taco, and actually probably my favorite. Once I added lime to it and a little bit of cabbage, I thought it was really good. And I've seen that at other Mexican restaurants, but I guess it really is a Filipino recipe. I was looking it up. It's got a really red color, and they actually do add food coloring to it. It's pork with sugar, salt, garlic, pepper, and other seasonings. So which one did you like out of the 3?
Yeah, it was hard. I was thinking about that, and honestly, each one was really good on its own. I couldn't really say which one was my favorite, because I loved each one. They were all different, but so good.
Yeah, and especially if they're only $1, go back and try all the different other ones that we didn't try. We had a coworker with us. She's from the Philippines, and she ordered a deep fried marinated milk fish with garlic rice and a cucumber salad. And she was so happy eating it. It made me happy just to watch her eating it. And she said it tasted like home. And I thought that's high praise for this restaurant, that she feels like she's right at home eating it. So next time I think I'll try some of their garlic fried rice dishes. They're served with a sunny side up egg and different meat choices, just like the tacos, almost the same exact flavor options. And I think total it came to about $15 a person. That's with our appetizer.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
And the different tacos. So if you have a recommendation for a restaurant or dish for us to try, please send us a message at theperfectbite@ccculv.com. We would love to hear from you. So next up, we're going to talk about anonymous listings and virtual transactions online. These are ripe for cases of fraud. And in today's finance segment, Crystal's going to share how marketplace scams work and how you can avoid becoming a victim.
So whether you're looking for a houseplant, a coffee table, or a new gaming console, online marketplaces can be a great place to start. But be careful. Anonymous listings and virtual transactions are ripe for online marketplace scams, which can take a variety of forms. So today we're going to talk about a couple of these different forms and what to look out for. Before we get started, Shannon, have you ever bought anything from like an online store marketplace?
So we have bought and sold a few things on OfferUp before.
Okay.
It's an
We've
app.
used that before.
Okay. So you just put your item on there, and I'm always like worried about meeting people. So I make my husband meet at like the grocery store up the street, and like, unless it's like a big item like a couch or something.
Yeah.
I just don't want someone at my house or going to like their house. So if he ever goes somewhere, I'm like,
And during the day.
yeah, what is the address or where are you going? Turn your phone on so I can track you, because I'm just like paranoid like that. But so far it's been pretty good. We haven't gotten anything that was like false advertising or anything like that. But we actually see the item and then pay for it. So I think we're going to talk about that a little bit. So
we are. So the first step of advice is sometimes you may not get what you actually paid for. So if you pay in advance for something that you've not seen in person, the item might not be what it was advertised to be. In fact, you might not even receive it at all. So you want to avoid paying in advance of actually receiving the merchandise. Another thing to be careful of is the payment type that you use. It really does make a difference. Pay attention to listings that insist on an unusual payment method, such as gift cards. Gift card numbers are hard to trace, so if you don't get what you paid for and the seller's profile has disappeared from the marketplace, it's going to be very difficult to track them down or even get your money back. I've had sometimes gotten phone calls where people are like, oh, this is really crazy, but oh, this is the IRS and you owe money, but you can resolve it by going to Walmart and getting a gift card. I'm like, God. Really? Like, hang on, let me go drive over right now.
Did you say the IRS only mails you? They're old school.
Yes.
This is not the IRS. I'm sorry.
And another thing is that sometimes there are scams that are actually targeting sellers. So you don't have to always be buying something. You can actually be selling something and be scammed. Things that you want to be aware of are fake payment receipts or confirmations with an amount that's higher than the asking price. The supposed buyer will make a claim to have purchased a product above your listing price and then request to get a refund without actually having placed an order. Something recently, I think I want to say it was about a week ago, my husband is helping somebody sell an RV. He's a broker, and somebody called him supposedly from another state and was like, I want to put a deposit down because I really love this RV. I want to get it. I want to make sure you don't sell it to anybody else. I'm wiring you $5,000. And it was like in the evening, like 7, 8 o'clock at night. So there was a wire pending. The next morning he calls the person who wants to buy it, and he's like, I've changed my mind, send my money back. But the money had not actually gone through, and I'm like, that's a scam.
Yeah.
That's a scam. Just completely just block this guy. Don't even pay attention to it. So you want to be aware.
Also,
even if
like,
you're a
no
seller.
one's wiring at 7 p.m.
No, exactly.
Right? You have to be in business hours. Like, we don't even have wires on holidays or days we're closed.
So I don't know. And
Dang. So if you would have sent it, it would have come out of your money.
Yes. So buyer, seller, beware. Another marketplace scam that's growing in popularity involves a fake email appearing to be from Zelle or claiming that a transaction cannot be completed until your Zelle account is upgraded. But in reality, the scammer is tricking you into paying for an upgrade that doesn't exist because Zelle does not offer upgrades. So if you get that, it come into your...
If these people would channel their creativity and just smarts into like something positive, we would have cured
they
like
could be great.
all the diseases. And it just drives me crazy. They're so smart and they use it for such a dumb.
Very smart.
It's too bad.
Exactly. So here are some warning signs to watch out for. Unreasonably low prices. If something seems too good to be true, it may actually be too good to be true, literally. Sales pressure. If there's like a high stakes urgency to purchase something or to sell something, that can be a warning sign as well. So creating urgency is a technique to get you to act on impulse instead of logic. Be careful. Another thing to watch out for are fake profiles. So keep an eye out for false profiles. Things like generic profile pictures, only having one friend or connection, or a profile name that doesn't match the name or the email address on the invoice. So if you receive any of these types of things, just slow down and ask questions. When it comes to making safe marketplace purchases, you want to remember to slow down and ask questions. If you detect suspicious activity, report the user to the marketplace platform so that they don't potentially steal from somebody else. If you want to learn additional scams or ways to protect yourself, you can visit the Clark County Credit Union website at ccculv.org and just go to our fraud protection, which is under our About Us tab. Now we're going to take a break to hear from our sponsor.
Clark County Credit Union members have received more than $73 million in bonus dividends since 2001 just for using the credit union services they need every day. Since CCCU is owned by our account holders, they earn the dividend, not shareholders. This year, we returned a $2.6 million bonus dividend to members with auto loans, credit cards, and checking accounts. Open an account today and start earning your own bonus dividend. Funds privately insured by American Share Insurance.
Next up is our Future Self segment inspired by the Happiness Project. If you don't feel safe in your own home, it is very difficult to feel happy. We have the hierarchy of needs, right? So food, shelter come first on those. The Huffington Post interviewed ex-thieves and victims of burglaries and revealed what draws a burglar to someone's home. And we're going to use this list of home security mistakes to help us make changes to protect our homes. The thing that was scary to me was over 1 million burglaries happen in the U.S. each year, according to the FBI. And so that's a burglary every 26 seconds, approximately 3,300 per day.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, a little scary, right?
That's sad.
Yeah, and I think that when those things happen, you're just not comfortable in your own home. I've heard a lot of people say, like, I just don't want to be in my house anymore. And your house needs to be your castle, right? That's the place that you want to go and feel comfortable. So this is like the equivalent of hiring the IT, the people that hack into our accounts to test if things are good, right? We're going to ask the burglars what they did or what drew them to a house. So the first thing is packing up your car for a long trip. So we're coming up on some holidays, spring break in the summer. Don't take all day long to load up your car and let the whole neighborhood know, oh, they're going on a trip.
Yeah.
Yes. So swiftly take your luggage to the car or get in the taxi or the Uber or whatever. The longer you take to pack up, the more chance the burglar has of seeing you leave the property. And just like Home Alone, they know you're going to leave.
They're going to Paris, huh?
Yeah, exactly. How long are you going to be gone? Yeah, don't let them know, or even the neighbors. Robbing the same property. This one kind of blew my mind. So burglars will go to the same place because the homeowners replace the stolen items with better things.
Oh my goodness.
They got their insurance
They're
payout.
just too smart.
And they're like, ooh, now there's a new TV at this house. Let's go back. So if you've been robbed before, make sure to install extra security cameras, alarms, locks. And then when they break in again, they'll have an idea of where your house layout is. They just know where all the stuff is.
Yeah.
It's like a quick.
We've been here before.
Exactly. We know the drill. So if you have been targeted before, you may be targeted again. The next one, not turning on exterior lights. One ex-burglar admitted that they would always skip the houses with big outdoor security lights. So make sure to turn on all exterior lights at night so that no one is drawn to that house, and make sure you're protected. Next, not getting help from a neighbor. Full mailboxes and garbage bins left out are a clear sign nobody is home, and that can attract a burglar. The next time you're leaving for a vacation of more than a couple days, ask a trusted neighbor for some help. I do this. I have a neighbor that we trade off and on, and it just makes such a difference. And for some reason in Las Vegas, I feel like we don't meet our neighbors as much. Do you feel like that? It's like
I'm in a really good spot now where I know all of them, and even
That's
when we're
great.
not away, they're still watching out for us. I know we had like a water like one of the pipes busted and it was leaking water out. And we found out because the neighbor called us.
That's
So,
great.
Yeah.
I know a couple of my neighbors, but I've lived in other houses where
Yeah.
we just don't
I've had
even
other
talk
ones,
to
yeah.
each other. I don't know.
We're both walking out of the car. Nobody says hi.
Yeah.
Just get in your car and go.
Get friendly, Las Vegas. Come on now. So, as you get ready for those trips this spring and summer, remember these tips to stay safe at home.
We want to hear from you. Send us your financial questions or money topics that you'd like to learn more about. And don't forget any fun local food recommendations. Our email is theperfectbite@ccculv.com.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode brought to you by Clark County Credit Union. For additional money management tips and financial calculators, check out our website at ccculv.org. Now that was The Perfect Bite.